Where we at, y'all? Northeast lunchtime. I was just reminiscing. Mid 90s. Summertime cookout. We had a ball, man. We had a ball. Just breezing through the neighborhood. It can be dangerous sometimes. Sometimes it can be dangerous. You gotta know how to move though. Like I said, man, when you out here playing games in the street, you jumping yourself out there for no apparent reason. You always gotta look over your shoulder. But I'm gonna give y'all a tour. Rhode Island Avenue, aka Saratoga Avenue. It's probably like my third time, man. Of course, you know all this stuff right here. Forgive me for the sun, but don't forget me. Gotta talk to the move-in ready apartments. All this right here. It was something, man. We had a liquor store. You see where all that stuff is broken down at? It used to be a liquor store right here in the middle. 2531. Old time. My man Pops, I used to always come over here and holler at him, man. He gave me the keys to his apartment. He lived right there to the left. He used to always say, "Hey, youngster, man, if you ever need to come around and just chill out, man, come on over my house and holler at me." And I used to say, "All right, Daz, I got you, man." Yeah, man. Ah, man, this place, man, it brings back memories because man, it had its bumps and bruises around here, man. You seen a generation on top of generation. Some lost their lives around here, over the most craziest things. How you feeling today, man? How you over the most craziest things? This used to be a liquor store right here. This whole big opening right here used to be a liquor store, right? This used to be a liquor store. As you can see, all of this stuff is broken down. What else we got, man? Look like everybody outside too. I got side through there. You got Rip Kane, Twin, lost his life out here. Got him right here on the tree, Rip Kane. Yeah, man. But we're gonna get to this neighborhood cookout, man. Sponsored by Rest in Peace, Keith King and Kenny Ray. I'm talking about when you talking about a neighborhood that had a whole lot of love, man. Like in the mid '90s, this is the swimming pool. I'm talking about this swimming pool haven't been up in many a years. Hopefully the new mayor Again, Northeast some love, man. This is the swimming pool. What's going on, eh? Gotcha. Top of the hill before they blocked off everything. Got you out here working hard, boss man. Where the water at, man? You got it. How you doing? I got you, man. You take it easy, man. All right. This right here in the back, before they gated all this stuff off, you could actually walk right through the cut to get to the front side of Rhode Island Avenue, man. Across the street over there used to be a little convenience store. We had the front of Rhode Island Avenue, you know, uh, to the famous Lawana Tawella. It was just all love, man. And this is as you can see, man, it's a ghost town. This is where we used to park all the vehicles back here. Damn, they opened it up though. This used to be the cut. Man, these are the most spacious bedrooms one could ever have. I told you my aunt lived around here. 4-bedroom apartment, 2 baths. The rent wasn't even touching $200, man. Back in the day, man, we used to all post up right here in the cut. You had the front side of Rhode Island Avenue. Uh, just bring back memories. So they basically opened up everything back up. Everybody used to hang right over here in the cut, right here. Everybody, man, in the cut, right here. You got the 2506 building, most famous building, right? You got to be careful. You had to be careful walking back here late nights. This is where my aunt used to stay at. This big luxury. Let's walk. Let's walk back here, man. It's lunchtime. Let's walk back here. I'm talking about spacious wooden floors. The minute you hit it, all you smell is nothing but good smelling raw pine saw. But as you can see, they blocked everything off. Normally you can walk back here. They gated everything off. So many of y'all might always hear me talk about 1273. This is where my aunt stayed at. This was a 4-bedroom apartment. These 2 windows right here was the living room. This was a room. Those 2 windows was a room, right? You had Miss Betty. Shout out to Roxy. Um, Ronita. This just DC history, man. Such beautiful women coming up, man, before BBLs and all of this stuff, man. It was and still is beautiful women, man. Still is beautiful women. Still are beautiful women, rather. Wow, man, how did I get the privilege to walk around here? Damn. So everything ain't knocked off. So back here, man, we get back to Kenny Ray. And I always ask about him, but every time I ask, like, man, y'all heard from Kenny Ray? You can't get an answer. Kenny Ray, man, was a beautiful dude. Getting money, always found a way. You couldn't never count him out. All of this back here, when Kenny Ray and Keith King threw the cookout, all this over here was full of food, tents, and everything. I'm talking about they fed the neighborhood for over 3 days. They had the Moet water fountain, right? All this right here was just full of tents. And then you get a little further down. I'm sure I'm not going to get up out of here, though, because I know they got all this blocked off. If they got it open, it's shocking to me. Something must be going on. But all of these are beautiful, spacious apartments, man. But nobody just don't want to live around Saratoga Avenue. See, you can't even get out of here. But all this, Moet, they had the Moet fountains over here. All this was just, it was just open season, man. They didn't care who you were. See, you can't get out. They didn't care who you were. If you wanted to get you something to eat, they didn't frown up at you, man. You could help yourself. All the liquor, all the food. I'm sure many probably say, well, they paid for it. Shit, why not? But I mean, that can be true too, but they didn't have to do it though. That was the love that we had in Northeast, man. That was the love. And I was just reminiscing about that today. And I said, damn, man, times done really changed, man. You can't go around the neighborhood and actually see a neighborhood having any kind of cookouts or nothing like that. It's just a few of them. It's still some that's still left, right? So I remember the last cookout I went to. It wasn't a cookout. It was actually it was a fight party. I think Mayweather was fighting. I don't want to say Cotto. He was fighting somebody, and I actually went around Clay Turris, man, and they did it up, man. Had the big screen out there. They were selling bottles of Moet, fish, and all that good stuff. But nothing like neighborhood love. Nothing like neighborhood love, man. But those were the days of the old. Big, beautiful apartments, man. I tell you though, if you blessed to get on one of these waiting lists, man, you better keep your head up high, man, and keep rocking, man. All you got to do is mind your business, but because I'm telling you, these are some big, spacious apartment buildings, man. These are some big, spacious apartment buildings, man. So we won't walk around, man, because like I said, it's still lunchtime. I just wanted to walk around, because very seldom I slide through. I got family around here, so I do slide through and holler, make sure the youngins, everybody is okay. All they want to do is laugh. What's up, I see you out here. They good. Right here, man. Top of the building. You had shout out to who was that, man? Bo. Man, the Marshall Brothers, man. 1512. Once they moved around here. Um, it was just a lot of love, man. Normally Northwest and Northeast, sometimes we don't mingle, right? But those are some good dudes, man, especially Bo. I remember the last time me seeing him, you know, uh, good dudes, man. It was a lot of love around the neighborhoods, man. But it's pretty much gonna cover, man. You got your maintenance man out here. As you can see, I just asked one, was he all right? I think I got a few dollars on. I wish I would have known. How you doing today? Probably would have, grabbed him something. But yeah, the police, they stayed babysitting. I ain't gonna pull the cameras out, guys. They right here on the corner, So what's going on, man? All right. So that's what it is, man. But got the basketball court where I beat a young man at over here. I guess he won his rematch probably one day. What's going on, Ace? What's up with y'all? How you doing, man? Everything all right? Good to see you, man. What's up with you? How you doing? All right? Cool, 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 cool. What's up, man? Good to see you too, young man. My man, all right. Yeah. Where nephew at? Uh-oh. Oh, way up. Oh, he over there? Okay. Yeah, man. So I like I say, I just slide through, man, and holler at everybody, man. Yeah. So, man, how y'all doing, man? Yeah, so that's how it is, man. A lot of new faces, man. You know how that can be too. You know how that can be too, man. A lot of new faces up and coming. But that's normally how it always is, though, you know. But it's all good, man. Everything is love, though. Like I said. One of the young men I saw going to church last week, and that was a good thing. That's the one I stopped. And he tried to kind of like avoid, like he didn't want me to see him doing right. But One thing when somebody got that bird's eye view on you and somebody see you before you see somebody before you think you saw them, man. I mean, it's pretty much a wrap, man. So that's why I say you got to try to walk right out here. And I'd say, young man, don't be ashamed, man. You're going to church, you're doing a good thing. I stopped, gave him a hug, straighten up his collar, let him know, man, yeah, where you smell good at, man. Don't never think that you're doing something bad, bro. Everybody need help. Everybody need help, man. You the real MVP. I like 4 9s in DC today too, y'all. And I seen 37-20. You the real MVP, man, when you can decide to say, hey man, I need some help. You're not gonna get help from man or woman out here, man. You ain't gonna get no help. All you gonna get is a bunch of stories. So like I told him, man, don't never be ashamed, bro. When you trying to make a difference in your life, you know. But he saw the way I looked at him. He gave me a little smile, right? Because it's only me and him and God know. And that's how it's gonna be. I ain't gonna lash out on you. Yeah, man, I seen you. Nah, bro. I mean, you you and I know. That's how it is, man. So with that being said, man, lunchtime is over. It's hot outside too, man. It's hot. It's hot. I was looking for somebody. I know I'm gonna run into somebody who's in the need of a nice drink. I wanted to go treat somebody to some ice cream, but I don't want nobody to say, who the hell is this pervert? Nigga, you ain't buying me no ice cream, but that's how it is. And maybe I need to stop that. And I think I am, because you can want to bless somebody and some people just don't want to take it. Like the lady told me, I want my own money. Y'all heard her. I said, you sure, sis? And she said, I want my own money. And I said, oh, okay. Okay, so that's how that is, man. Over there used to lie 7-Eleven. It was just so dirty, full of ropes and all that crazy stuff, man. So they had to close it down. But if anybody out here got some money trying to get you a franchise, you definitely can get it, right? Over here, I found myself sitting with a young man, myself and my nephew. And like I said, I didn't even know what he was about. My nephew never told me, come to find out he lost his life right over here. Somebody ran down on him, man. And, we know how that go, man. Live by the sword, die by the sword. So somebody kind of had the ups on him. And that's how that went, man. So that's how that go. What's going on, eh? See you getting that white tea together, huh?
Man, look,
How you Hi, man. It's hot enough for it, ain't it, man? Good to see you, man. Yeah. So that's it, man. That's the tour. Leave something in the comments, man. More to come. Leave it in the comments. Leave something in the comments, man. Just a day in Northeast Washington, D.C., man. Still have beautiful homes. Homes are still beautiful. This is something you need to hit a Powerball for out here now. Back in the 80s and 70s, you can get your house probably for under 80,000, but now, man, they pushing people out. So if you're looking for a home, they say the average couple, I guess both of them should be making a little bit more than 250,000 if you want to live right comfortably. And that's it, man. And man, I could actually walk for another 40 minutes. I can go straight on down because that's all I do is walk, man. So I'm just a walking individual. Like I said, man, I'll be walking, and you would never know I do drive. You would never know because I just like to walk, man. But with that being said, everybody have a beautiful day. Decide to do something different, man. It's not all about lottery. Maybe y'all would like to come to the nation's capital and see what's really going on. And that's how it is, man. Peace out, guys. I'm gone.